Seattle, Aaron Brown here with Spin Reset. We are in an undisclosed location somewhere in Capitol Hill with the city behind us all. You guys were just in the studio recording a new single, and I want to kind of talk about that and figure out where you recorded, how you recorded, anything's changed from your last recording or what?
Let's see, we recorded in March at London Bridge Studios under Jeff Bott and producing. And yeah, so it's now an EP. We turned the single as a start of an idea. Now we evolved and even added 2 more tracks to the album. So pretty much this EP is going to be pretty much a preview of the 3rd album we're working on for 2014.
Okay, so you went in with an idea of 1 song, or did you have like 5 songs or so before you went in, and where you recorded all?
We were focusing on 1 song, and then realized we had a couple more songs we kind of have to give the listeners a taste.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And when do you go back in to record the next songs?
Well, we've already recorded 3 of them, so we're going to release that, I want to say, this July, 2013. And then we'll be back in the studio for the rest of the 3rd album in January.
What makes this album different from your previous albums?
The people.
The instrumentation, especially. I mean, we've changed. We went from saxophone and all that type of stuff on our first album. 2nd album we had a lot of synthesizers and stuff. And 3rd album's even more on that line.
Guitar.
So, yeah, guitar.
Yeah, the thing is, like, in a Spin Reset, never had a guitar player, and this guy's actually a guitar teacher too. So
awesome.
And he's now doing like a guitar and bass, and it's been great.
I couldn't make up my mind. I was like bass, guitar, bass. So I got a 6-string bass and electric guitar.
Really?
But it's great, like when he's doing guitar, like, and I can do this, bass part and the synth and all that stuff, like
Oh, so you do like a Doors thing, kind of the bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's pretty, because you guys are listening to the tracks from, I think it was the last album, not the new stuff.
Right.
You guys are just ridiculously talented. And
Thank you.
Thank you. No, you really are. Because if the kids out there know what the pocket means these days, you guys get in the pocket.
Yeah.
Gotta get in that
Hit
pocket.
the groove. Was your influences a little jazz fusion, or is it something that just kind of came about from being overly talented? That's how you became what you are.
We got a bunch of different influences. As far as jazz fusion goes, I'd say I'm a fan of that. I love Weather Report. I love, all kinds of jazz. Miles' Electric Years and stuff. It's all good shit. But good stuff. But these guys, they listen to all kinds of stuff too. So definitely eclectic mix going on.
Yeah. The drummer and I we grew up in a metal band.
Yeah, played metal back when.
Yasu here, Mr. Electropop.
Yeah, I make some like the beats and stuff, and I used to write some music for the films and stuff. So.
Okay, what kind of films? Or?
No, it's nothing like a professional or anything, but it's like that's what I went to school for.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's
Put all that together, you get a nice mesh of spin.
That's Spin Reset. So my question is, I don't know if this comes off as weird, but is it harder to write, because you guys are pretty much 95% just instrumental?
Right.
Is it harder to write songs without vocals? Because you have to think about it more to make it more interesting and creative. Because I listen to your stuff, obviously, like I said, but I never got like, oh, I wish there was vocals there or something like that. So I mean,
I think how I feel is like we're all like ADD musicians, so we just do as much as we can, like individually, and then ended up like, oh, we don't need vocal. We have so much already, so that's kind of how.
And it's like the intention too. It's like even though there's no vocals, we still hear a melody. So it's more like the melody's there with or without the vocals. And then sometimes we'll run into a person and be like, "Oh, we definitely heard your voice over this song," and then throw them in the studio. So.
And actually, a new EP is actually coming with the vocoder. So it's not 100% instrumental. And the 3rd album also, it's gonna be a lot of vocoder, stuff going on. So
we're bringing in a little more poetry and stuff going on to the music, especially in this new EP.
Just a lyrical element, essentially.
Is it one of you taking over the vocals, or somebody else coming in and do it? Because the last album I heard a female singing that was.
So when he's talking about vocoder, he's talking about pretty much this MIDI keys where he's singing into, and the keys will manipulate Yasu's voice. And so when we want a nice organic voice, that's when we get the females and try to find
and
a
we
kid.
got Sydney Robertson.
Sydney Renee Robertson,
Yeah, she's going to be on the EP coming out. She's a hell of a vocalist around town.
So she's local.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So back to the people thing, what I really like about this new EP is that we got a lot of this Seattle community. So, Cornish College of the Arts, there's a lot of talented musicians we got from there. Tommy and I went to Cornish, so we're still pretty well connected. And then other than that, we really like the voice of the Seattle community. So it's not, because we do a lot, just the four of us, but then once you bring someone from the outside in, they can put their own spice on it and enhance the music. So it's really beautiful.
That's a good thing about the city. You always run into people that are willing to help you out.
Yeah,
musically.
totally, absolutely.
I don't know about other things, but musically, and it's all different kinds of genres that are willing to help out different kinds of genres.
Mm-hmm.
What is your songwriting process like? Do you guys get in the group and create like a blob and go back and forth, or does one come in with the idea, or how's that work?
Yeah, usually it spawns from like a single idea. He'll bring in a lot of things because he's mostly composition, and Tommy's a composition major as well. So these guys bring in tunes all the time. But yeah, we all elaborate, and it's a big collaboration, between all of us.
But we never really do like, okay, here's a song.
Right.
It's not like that. It's just like, hey, here's what I come up with. Just do whatever you feel like, and just bam, magic happens kind of thing.
Process flows really well. Like what you were saying about the difference between writing instrumental songs, how we do, and then writing songs with vocals, songwriting. We kind of just get together and make music, and it kind of just writes itself. Whereas a lot of time with songs with vocals, there's a lot of like personal time songwriting involved. With us, it's all on the spot with all four of us, basically.
So nobody has lead singer syndrome to
Not
bring you
at
guys
all.
down a little bit.
No frontman ego in this band.
Yeah.
We're all the ego, so.
We got enough ego to go around.
Yeah. We all do our own.
What made you guys choose London Bridge out of all the studios? Because the last few interviews I've done, at least, I think all of them have mentioned London Bridge. It seems like that seems to be the
Because
studio
it's the
go-to.
best
That's
studio
why.
in
That's
Seattle.
why.
Yeah.
Just feel relaxed there, or just any kind of reason?
Well, definitely the engineer, Jeff Ott, our producer / engineer. Like, he's been amazing. He did the first album, second album, and then this EP too. And for the third album, which we're gonna record next January, he's gonna do it again. So, yeah, he's been awesome. Like he produced like what, Queen of Stone Age.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, Three Doors Down.
Yeah,
Just
Three
those
Doors
bigger
Down,
acts,
and
for sure.
Nickelback and all that stuff. And yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool the relationship that a band develops with a producer too.
Right.
Since he's already done now three albums pieces for us, right? This third album that we're going to go in for in January, I'm really excited about that because he knows our process, he knows our style, and he knows what he wants to hear from us. So it's kind of a getting to know each other.
It's a good teamwork too.
Yeah, it's just like family, just like home. Being there.
That's awesome.
I like London Bridge because when you have a vision, they're right there with you to make that vision come true. Because we're big visionists, and it's like, I don't even know how the hell we can tell someone what we want, and they're like, okay, sure, we'll make that happen, and we're like, oh, okay.
You guys do seem very disciplined. Like, I can't see practices being out of the norm, or like you're there to get things done. I don't see any like, hey, let's play this cover tonight and just have a metal meltdown or anything like that.
We have other projects to get that out of our system.
Yeah.
Spin resets, like you said, it's like you said, very disciplined. Like when we rehearse, it's very like, it's just like as soon as we walk in, it's just focused.
Yeah, it's a regiment.
And that's our like discipline practice. And then I have like jam sessions once a week to do what you're talking about, just let it out and just
Meltdowns.
melt.
Are you guys gonna tour this year or with the new album?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
East Coast, West Coast? What do you guys think?
We're gonna have the Northwest tour on January.
No, summer.
I mean July.
No,
Yeah, starting from like July 18th and then until like in the beginning of the August. And we also have another tour. It's gonna be hopefully like US tour, going to the south and hopefully go to the East Coast too. Yeah, we have the big festival in the Gulf Shore, Alabama. It's called the Shrimp Fest, and we played there last year on the tour, and then we are invited for this year too. So
That's every October.
for the best
That's
slot,
awesome.
best slot.
The best slot,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. With
So
all the LED
this
lights.
isn't your
and-
first tour. You guys done it a few times.
This would be our third tour.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're trying. We usually tour once a year. This year we're trying to do 2 tours. So yeah, no matter what, we're trying to just play out and really be proactive of, having the entire world take a listen because we're really proud of the music of Seattle. We want to bring that name back out,
Right.
So I think everybody, to tell you the truth, nationally, internationally, man, I think people can feel the rising of Seattle again.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
a little underground buzz starting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's starting to go.
Yeah.
Have you ever played somewhere that you're surprised that people knew who you were?
All
Like,
the
oh my God, I'm
time.
so
Yeah.
excited to see you because I've listened to your stuff online.
I think every time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
hear that
Yeah, there's
anytime.
always
I'm like,
somebody
wow,
who's
that's
like,
impressive.
who's a new fan we've never met, you know? It's
That's
always,
awesome.
yeah, it is. It's really cool. It's a really cool
I'll,
feeling.
I'll tell you, one of the most fun things I did for Spyn was I went to Buenos Aires to visit my brother. He was living down there for a little bit, and I don't know any Spanish at all. And I was just kind of being aimless and just like walking around, and I ran into this college radio station, and I just walked up and handed them a Spyn Reset CD. And they, you know, with no communication, it was really hard. But then they were like, "Can you come back in 1 hour?" And I was like, "Okay," because they're like, "We have a U.S. American music show." And I was
Oh,
like,
sick.
"Oh, perfect." So I stuck around, and then there was this translator from Texas. So I just told him like, "Yeah, man, if you just make me sound really good in Spanish, like that'd be awesome." And so it'd be this weird like, Spyn Reset. What do you think? And I'm like, yes, cool from Seattle, you know. And then my brother heard it, so it was really cool, man. And that was a fun adrenaline experience because that was like the first moment I realized, holy shit, we just hit international.
Yeah.
And I was there, you know.
That is awesome.
So that was cool. The serendipitous situation. So,
See what you did there.
speaking of which, that's our new EP, Serendipity.
How'd you get that name for it?
Yasu?
Yeah, song title.
Well, do you
It-
want to explain?
It's the lyrics. I mean, the whole song. And the cool thing is, the EP really dives into this idea of the song Serendipity. It really kind of extends on it in different ideas. You'll hear what we're talking about once it comes out. But Yasu wrote all the lyrics for it, and there's really only a few lines of music, and serendipity really is the theme of it. And it just goes into like everything from us meeting this band. I mean, just completely randomly, and all being here at the right time with the right intention, you know, and coming together. That, and really just all the people you meet, all the stuff that comes up that you really didn't expect, and it ends up changing your life for the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, you gotta embrace those moments. You're just like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened for a good reason.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a lot of people when they get used to their life, like they pretty much they have a tendency to lose their appreciation
Take
for
it for
what they
granted.
have, you know. So it's like, because I came over here from all the way from Japan like 6 years ago, and then like, you know, I started like learning English and then learning piano and all that stuff. So
You learned English here?
yeah, and piano too. So it's
6 years you're doing both.
Yeah.
English and piano.
But yeah, pretty much like what I have right now, like, you know, this amazing, like, you know, like musicians, and like the best like place to do music in the world, I have to say. Yeah, I'm like nothing but just appreciated what I have, and you know,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
It's time for 6 out of 60.
Right on.
23.
All right.
23. Bill Murray, overrated or rate him on 10? Told you they're very random.
Hey, Bill Murray.
10. I mean, are you serious? Like, it's Bill Murray. Like, I don't know.
Repeat the question.
Bill Murray, overrated or rate him on 10?
I mean, overrated. I mean, can't really say I think he's just rated.
What do you rate him though? You rate him like an 8 or 9? You know?
Oh,
What's his rating?
as a funny guy,
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
I give him a 10, man. He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, Groundhog Day.
Have you seen the Where the Buffalo Run?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
a great one.
Dude,
I've not seen
I
that one,
fucking
actually.
love
What?
Bill Murray.
No, is it a newer one?
He
No.
did a better job than Johnny Depp.
That's the original.
Really?
Yes.
The original Fear and Loathing movie.
yeah.
Interesting.
This is one of Hunter S. Thompson's
Yep,
novels
yep.
that he did.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So now I feel like the movie.
All right, how about this? Bill Murray in the 80s, like awesome.
Oh
over
yeah,
10.
yeah.
80s
80s.
Bill Murray, awesome. These days, you know, I bet he's having a great time. Like, number 1.
Number 1, Van Halen or Van Hagar?
Halen.
Van Halen, man.
Van
No
Halen.
question
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Gotta go with it. Yeah.
You kidding me? This guy, Well, both the brothers just kick ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the showmanship of David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
They had some good tunes with Hagar, but I can understand how people would still say Hagar.
Roth is the original, you know?
Oh, yeah, good God, yeah.
So you gotta...
Man, Van Halen though, that guitar playing, like, I think the funniest thing I've heard is like he'd like when he was first playing, he wouldn't show the audience. He'd like turn his back and do the eruption solo or something.
Eddie, is that right?
And then finally, because he didn't want to show off his skills.
Tapping skills
Yeah.
and all that
He
stuff.
didn't want
Because he was the
anybody to know
first.
how he does it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was afraid
Top secret
somebody is gonna
information.
steal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna steal
Oh,
his licks.
what?
And guess how many people stole his licks?
I stole his licks.
Everyone.
I've dabbled. I've dabbled a little bit in the tapping.
Or
Not as
maybe
good,
he
but-
played so perfectly that means like somebody was like pressing the start button.
Oh.
It's like a Milli Vanilli kind of thing right there with the guitar. That's awesome.
7.
27. Do you believe in Bigfoot or aliens? Is one
Absolutely.
more realistic than the other?
Oh wow. No, they're both so real.
I think aliens...
Yeah, so not real.
I think aliens have a better chance of being real than Sasquatch. But...
Man, my best friend saw Sasquatch. He saw him. Two of my best friends saw Sasquatch. I've heard the same story from all kinds of people about the Sasquatch happenings. You go out camping and he just starts throwing rocks at you, making all kinds of noise just to mess with you.
Is
He's
this
not even
Washington?
dangerous. He's just messing.
That's Oregon.
In
Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys all know this story.
Well, I had a friend who went
I think I've
This
told
is
him.
real.
I've probably told him before. You got a friend that's seen
I
Sasquatch?
had
Yeah,
a
it was
friend
Alex.
in Oregon with camping, and him and his dog, and he said literally like kind of the same idea. Something was like messing with them,
Yeah.
and then something was shaking his tent.
Same story, man.
So I think Sasquatch, whatever, Bigfoot, he just likes to fuck with us, man. Yep.
And don't get me.
You're like, I'm confused.
Yeah, and
Don't get us percussionists started on the aliens
Funny.
conspiracy theories.
Oh, I'm kind of there.
We're
too,
all
but
we're all about that.
Yeah.
We can talk off camera.
Yeah.
All right, 60 since we did one.
60. What is the weirdest gig you ever played?
Oh, yes!
Yeah, we got
That's all these guys.
Okay,
Very
Dude, I
excited.
should have asked that question.
that was our first tour. We were in, I think that
Santa
was a weird.
Fe.
Which one?
Santa
Great.
Fe. I'm talking about the Santa Fe, New Mexico story.
Oh, that was a weird
Well,
one.
I kind of
about?
have to talk about the San Francisco story
Oh,
That
okay.
was
Yeah.
bad.
too. That
Oh,
was
that's
very,
depressing, though,
very
man.
weird. So that was our first tour. We booked a show at one of the venue in San Francisco. I'm not gonna say a name.
Okay.
One of the venue, and so we were playing. There's like 2 bands are supposed to play or something, and
3 bands. It was a full bill.
three bands or something, and 2 bands are late. So, well, okay. First of all, bartender didn't want to work that day for some reason, and then he was already super pissed, and he had all those like a bad attitude and all that stuff, and 2 bands are late. So during we were playing, 2 bands showed up to load in and stuff, but that bartender told them to just go home. Like, don't even come over. You guys are late. I don't want you guys to be here anymore. It's and blah blah blah. So like, and he just like let them home. And then right after our set, he come up to us and he starts screaming.
Interrupted our set.
Yeah, interrupted our set, and then
in front of the audience.
in front of the
too.
audience,
Just sound guy
Yeah.
yelling at the band.
right? And then he was like,
He's all complaining about his girlfriend being sick at home and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah,
He
it's
complained,
personal.
I have to do this, but like my girlfriend's in the hospital, and then I don't want to be here and stuff like that. And we are like, whoa, what the hell? And then we're just like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. And then we went to the van, and then guess what? The van is broken. Somebody broke in. So like the window was broken, the side door, and then his brand new MacBook Pro got stolen, and his
Yeah.
backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And that time, what I was thinking is like that guy went outside for smoke a cigarette or something, but it's for like 10 to 15 minutes.
I think we all thought that, but I
Yeah, I
can't
thought
point
he
any
did it.
fingers at this point.
Right.
We can't point any fingers.
But it
Anyway,
was
the show
weird.
just fell apart. We get
Yeah.
out. Our
Yeah.
van's broken into, and it was weird. And
Yeah.
Actually, I want to tell the funny story about Santa Fe.
Do it.
So, all right. So you gotta understand, like, so now we're halfway through this first tour after San Francisco. We go down to LA. Actually, that was cool because we played the Whiskey A Go Go, which was a fun venue in LA.
Yeah.
And then, so that was ups and downs. And then, so now we're driving all the way from LA, right after the Whiskey A Go Go show. We drive straight from like 2 a.m. all the way to to Tucson.
Through the
Tucson,
desert.
Arizona, and did like an live radio interview, and then so that was fun. And then after that, we went to Santa Fe, New
Keep
Mexico.
driving.
Still
we
driving.
keep driving.
Don't stop. And then it's like 5 in the morning, and we stop at this random house in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we just crash on the wooden floor and wake up the next day, and we're supposed to play a house party.
Wait. Crash on the wooden floor with like 10 other bands
Oh,
that
yeah.
are just sleeping on this wooden floor
Yeah.
that
Half of
we've
them are on
never even
tour.
met before.
Yeah.
I don't know where that place came from. Anyway,
Just
go
a
on.
band
So this is a funny story because actually my older brother got us, his band got us this gig, and they're really punk rock, and so we end up in Santa Fe, which is a really cute town, and it's a really quiet town. So we go up to this house, and we're already getting the feeling like, oh man, we've been here before, we know what's gonna happen. So we didn't even unload our van, and these two guys just slept in the van, and so my brother's band's playing. He's the first to play, and that band was called Snake Mountain, and and these Santa Fe kids are wild. They're like, there's a lot of them, and they were like aggressive. So like when my brother's band was playing, they were thrashing, the whole mosh pit inside the house. Like it was like a raging punk rock party, and we were just like, oh man, these guys are just gonna like, we're kind of scared, So,
We gotta get out of here.
And then out of nowhere, we all called it like the cops showed up, and then like busted the party like in the middle of my brother's set and shit, and that was fun, but
we
that was
didn't
the
get
weirdest. That was the most interesting vibe.
So we didn't play.
We didn't get
Yeah.
a chance to
Oh,
play.
really?
Didn't
So
even
that was the
unload.
weirdest gig
Cops game.
because we didn't even
We're
play
not
that
punk
gig.
rock enough. We're just not hardcore enough.
13.
Yeah.
Third is name a singer who you would want to be trapped on an island with, and one you wouldn't. They sing all the time.
Oh, they're gonna sing all the time.
So one you would and one you wouldn't, because all they do is sing all the time.
Oh man.
Stevie Wonder.
Is the one that you want
I don't know.
or not?
That's
Because
like
I was gonna say Chris Cornell, but if he's gonna sing all the
all
time,
the time. That's the only thing. Like,
Shit, you guys, I gotta go with like Beyonce or something.
yeah.
Say Rihanna. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being trapped on an island with Rihanna.
Yeah, that could be all
Made
right.
a little twist on it.
Oh, see, if they were singing all the time, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
We can
All
make
right,
it to they
now,
sing a
who
lot.
we wouldn't want to be caught on an island with. That's more fun. One of those death metal vocalists you listen to.
Cookie cutter vocals.
Yeah.
How about
Marilyn Manson. Like, you don't want to be stuck on an island.
That would be a blast.
That'd be crazy.
you know what? Erykah Badu.
Oh,
Yes or no?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sade.
Yeah.
She could sing in lullabies.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Feist. I'd be on an island with Feist.
Oh
Feist
my
band.
God! I would
Yeah,
change my mind.
totally.
Feist.
You changed your mind.
That'd be
Beautiful,
great.
that
Yeah.
sweet voice. I'd let her sing all the
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely. I don't think I could handle Geddy Lee.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say
No.
power metal vocalist would be like, woo! I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's too epic, man.
All
Epic
the
all the
time.
time.
Like a rooster.
Rob
waking up.
Halford.
Yeah.
Rob Halford. Good on that.
11.
11. Nickelback or Creed? Answer or you get your hands cut off.
I'd rather just do it myself. I put a gun on myself, man. I'll take care of that by
Nickelback or
myself.
Creed?
We gotta represent though. We gotta
Well,
represent London Bridge.
Yeah.
For Nickelback.
So
We gotta
We're
go
Nickelback
with
representing
Nickelback.
Nickelback.
We
yeah.
know.
because it's London Bridge studio family. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say trick question.
No, it was awesome to have you guys on the show.
Thank you so
It was
much for
awesome
having
talking
us.
to
Thank you so much.
AB Seattle, thank you.
Yeah.
AB out.
ABO. Woo!